give her a warm round of applause. Welcome. All right, what's up, Milwaukee? Y'all ready for this? I'm super excited to be here. Okay, I gotta get my papers so they do not slide off. One moment. All right, so I want y'all to know that there are miracles right here in Milwaukee if you believe. This is the year for miracles for us in the Now Unit, and I gotta tell you, I'm really excited to be here. Now, I'm excited to be here for Career Conference, but I love the month of March. Uh-oh. You know why? Because it's March Madness! So y'all know some of my consultants are over there, so they were holding their ears, that you know they're tired of that, okay? But every month I get juiced, I say it every month of March. This is it. This is the last 4 months. This is the Olympic time of the Mary Kay Seminar year, and I hope you are ready for it because it is time to team up for success. Like she said, because this seminar is going to be in Charlotte, not Dallas. Like, did y'all get that memo? It's going to be in Charlotte, not Dallas. And my thing is new city, new title.
Yeah.
New city, new title. What will your new title be when you march into that seminar in Charlotte? I really want y'all to think about that because, you know, I've been in Mary Kay for 22 years, and I remember a turning point for me. I've been a sales director for about 20 of it, but I remember I've been in this class, this seat, just like you. We all start the same way. And I remember I went to a thing. I see y'all right here. I see somebody, she got her notes, and I was there. I go everything, you taking notes. And I remember it was after that, I met with a sales director, and I said, I want to be a sales director. Like, tell me, I guess she was like, just tell me. She said, Nicole, the only difference between me and you is that I've had more no's, that I've asked more people. And that's what I want you to know. That's what's gonna get you to that new city and a new title. And I'm gonna give you some tools, I'm gonna give you some words for that. And if we have some newbies here, because I wanna see where we are, because there could be somebody here who just joined yesterday. Okay, I don't know. And so I wanna make sure if you're in here, you're a consultant or a senior consultant. So a consultant means you have not yet added any active team members to your team, okay? So get that in your mind. You're a senior consultant if you have one or two active consultants. So I just kind of want to see who's up here in this room, okay? So if you are a consultant, please stand up. Come on, give it up. All right, go ahead and sit down. Now we're gonna level this up a little bit. If you are a senior consultant, please stand up. All right, I like it. It's like half and half. Okay, I just wanted to see who we're working with. All right, so now I also gotta keep it real because, you know, you can raise your hand, or you may not want to raise your hand. Maybe you just raise an eyebrow, okay? Because you may be one of the ones who's been in this room way too long.
Yep.
Raise that eyebrow. Like, it's been so many years that you were in here, I could call you up right now, and you could teach this class. Because you've heard it over and over and over again. And I know what you're thinking. Okay, first thing she gonna say is make a decision. Then make a list. I know what y'all thinking, but it will be a little bit more than that because it's not just about making a decision. It is about working intentionally from here on out. Working intentionally. So that's what I want you to do. I don't want you to worry about your circumstances right now. Nope. Your excuses right now. The Facebook friend requests you need to accept right now. Or any of your limiting beliefs. because it is time to go right now. You don't have to make that decision. You know, I heard something that was really good. You know, they're talking about, you know, our attention span is like this, like we have an attention deficit disorder going on in the world right now. And they said, you know what, it's not an attention, it's an intention deficit. So we have got to start working with intention, and I'm gonna give you some steps for that today. So are y'all ready to move up? Are you ready to march to red? Have you seen some of those? You notice in the hallway, those in the red jackets. You know, they walking by, they may be walking by, and they're like, oh no, this isn't my class. I'm looking for the red class. You've seen them. You know how it is. Or they go into the red, you know, they moseying along the hallway like, I'm going to the, oh, this isn't mine. I'm going to my, you know where my red class is. Well, guess what? You got 3.5 months for you to intentionally work and move to red in Charlotte. New city, new title. So we get ready to go there. So this one, you're gonna take out your pen, so we're gonna start with some basics. Okay? The first thing that I want you to do is, and right now on your paper, is to set a team size goal right now. Write it down. How many? Hint, it's got to be 3 or more. You're not gonna be, it's 3 or more. So write it right down, a number. I really want y'all to participate in it. You're gonna write your team size down now. Everybody got it? Got it? All right. Now, so that's the first thing. Right under that, you're gonna multiply that number by 5. Write that number down. So if you wrote down 3, you need to write down 15. Multiply that by 5. Now, if you know the numbers, and they're a little different, you'll be working through, you're gonna figure out your numbers, but I really believe that, you know, pre-COVID, it was like 1 and 5. Like a consultant, if she shared with 5, she could get 1. And as you develop your skills and the way you select, you can get it down to 1 and 4, directors 1 and 4, 1 and 3. But right now, I just want y'all to go by the 1 and 5. So you have your team size goal. Underneath that, you have multiplied that by 5. And that's how many people you will need to share with, right, to hit that goal. Because y'all do know everybody's not going to say yes, right? All right? Now, so you know how many. Now, I want you to choose an activity goal. Like, how are you going to get there? I'm going to give you a couple options. But, so you got your team size goal, how many you're going to share with, that was multiplied by 5, and then you're going to write down your activity goal. Now, I'll give you a couple, and if you've heard this, and you can get some from your director too, but I'm just going to give you 2. Very popular, tried and true, Power Start. You can Power Start your way there with 30 faces in 30 days. I want you to do 30/10, 30 faces and share with at least 10 of those in there. 30/10. But your Power Start with 30 faces. That could be one activity goal to get you there. Or you could do the weekly. Y'all heard of it. What is it? There's that one person. She want to come up here. 3 plus 3 plus 3. That's a weekly activity goal. 3 parties a week, at least $300 in sales, and sharing with at least 3 people in a week. So you can look at it monthly, or you can divide it up weekly. So you got how many you want on your team, how many you need to share with, and how you're gonna do that. What will be your activity goal? Because you will need to focus on faces, right? Your team members will come from you just sharing the product, so they come close to that. So I do want to share something with you as you're moving up. Yes, we're going to share. I'm going to give you some words, some things you can ask. But I do want y'all to know in this room right now, and every red I probably had in my unit, the first 3 team members are people you already have in your life right now. Yeah. They really, really are. So your mother, maybe, if they haven't joined, these are some options maybe that you can face real quick. Your mom, your sister, your cousin, your daughter, your auntie, your best friend, a friend. But there's a sense of urgency this month because it's March Madness, and the E-Star is only 20. All right, we got the E-Star for 20, the Pro Star for 80. But you gonna share with these people whatever that number is really, really quick. So I know you can face your really quick. your mama, your sister, your cousin, your daughter, your auntie, your best friend, a friend, and even your cousin's best friend right now because of the $20 e-star. Because you are excited to share this opportunity. You got to get excited, do 10 jumping jacks. Maybe you start off with the It's March Madness, right? Because it's a new city, a new title, and that's how you're going to walk in there. So let's review. You should have, when you walk out, if nothing else, you know how many you want to have on your team, how many you need to share with, and what is the activity, what is the mechanism, what are you going to do to make that happen? Next up is make a list. But I'm going to give you an acronym if you haven't heard it, and if you've heard of the Franks, raise your hand if you've heard of the Franks list before. This one is spelled with an extra letter. So this is to give you an idea of who to write on the list, because you got some people. So you're going to spell Franks, F-R-A-N-C-K-S. All right? So you're going to make a list, and this is to help you. Going to go through this list, because it's got to be exhaustive, because you got to share with everybody, right? The F stands for your friends. Writing down all your friends, because I know you have not faced all your friends and shared full circle, right? Your friends. Now, these could be real friends or the ones on Facebook. R stands for relatives. That's when we go into the auntie and them, like I just talked about, okay? Relatives. A stands for acquaintances. Maybe it's the lady at the bank. Like acquaintances, you don't necessarily have their phone number in there. Like you may not be able to call them right away. Maybe it's the lady at the bank. You know, when you go to the bank, you shouldn't go through the drive-through. You should go in. Like they should know you when you go in the bank. This is the Mary Kay lady. But maybe you know her name there and you speak to her. Like those type of people, really, those are the ones you have to really think about. So keep your list near you so when somebody comes to mind, you can put them down. But those are overlooked potentials, okay? So your acquaintances. N in Frank stands for your neighbors. You know, your neighbors. Now, it is March Madness. So it's not just neighbors, maybe it's your neighbors since you was 2 to now. Every house you lived in, those neighbors. Now, your C stands for 3 things. Co-workers, past, present, classmates, past, present, and people from church. So you got this C. We're expanding it because we need a big, fat, juicy list, right? So you have co-workers, classmates, church members. That's your C. Now the K in Frank stands for your kids connects. So if you have kids, all your kids' friends, mamas, aunties, neighbors. You get it? You get it? All of their friends. Are you going to little soccer practices? Anytime they do something new, there is a whole plethora of a new audience of connections of adults that are tied to your kids. If you don't have kids, it may be it's your nieces or your nephews. Start going to their things, right? So you can meet those connects. The S in Frank stands for service. Who do you do service with? Maybe it's your hairstylist, your accountant, your lawyer. Who are you paying money to for a service? Put them on the list. Okay, so you got your list. Not gonna do that right now, but y'all do have y'all numbers down from before, right? Okay, so you're gonna go through this Frank's list and write that out. And then you're gonna circle, write this down, you're gonna circle 3. At least 3 on that list that you would lose your mind if they started with somebody else. Like, I mean, lose your mind. Like, if you go to this new city, not in a new title, in Charlotte, and you see her walk across that seminar stage, she might be walking across there as a brand new Mary Kay sales director. That person. Write that down. Or maybe you get a call from your cousin that you didn't call when I gave you relatives, and she calls you, maybe next month, and says, girl, I just had to call you, girl, I'm in DIQ. And I gotta share this amazing Mary Kay opportunity because I am going to Charlotte and I am going to walk across the stage as a brand new Mary Kay sales director. and I want you to join my team. Do you want to be the one that says, oh, I'm in Mary Kay already? And then she gonna say, really? I didn't know. That person. Circle that person. So you got your Frank's list. You got those top circled. And because it's March Madness, y'all see I'm giving you a break. I am kind of pulling back. You're gonna call at least 3 of those tonight in your room, because we get out at 7. If you didn't know, we get out at 7. And it can sound a little like this, and I know you have been writing. You might want to hit record on this one. Just to give you a few words. It's you, it's your voice, it's your energy. Do 10 jumping jacks. But it can sound a little like this. Girl, it's March Madness, and I'm in Milwaukee for my Mary Kay conference, and I've made a decision to move up into leadership. And I just got out of a class with Nicole, and I need to practice sharing about my business with 10 women this week. I am committed to developing my skills. I selected you because. So you got to think of what you're going to insert in there. Maybe it's because you're my ride or die. Maybe because you're a woman of integrity. Maybe it's because I admire you so much. Really, the key is really think about what you're going to insert there that is truly about her. We'll get together in person or on Zoom, and I'll share what I learned and ask you some questions to get your feedback. What's good for you? Tuesday or Thursday, afternoon or evening. You're going to call them. You didn't say, will you help me? I'm committed to learning. What's good for you? This or that. So you're going to call 3 people and ask them that today, because you are ready to march into red, right? Okay, so we got that. We got our list. You're going to start making those phone calls. You got some words there that's going to help you with. You do need practice. So now it's time for the sharing appointment. Now raise your hand if you actually have had a sharing appointment, like maybe not even with your director, but like on your own, either in person or virtually. Raise your hand if you've done one on your own, okay? So that's where we really do need some practice. That would explain it. Did you see, probably, I think it was less than a third actually raised their hand. So this is the bread and butter, is the practice that's gonna take you to the new city, a new title, all right? And so a couple things I want to encourage you to do is to really log on to Mary Kay in Touch and check out the team building resources that they have there for us, because you've got to practice so you can build your confidence. But do the MK Confident, they have a lesson in team building, so I really want y'all to go into that. Then you're going to go on the business tools, all the way down to that video lounge with all those It Just Fit videos. You're going to use this because what I'm going to share with you, I think why it's effective, because it's a combination of talking, showing them something, playing a video. We got to grab people's attention. You can't just be sitting there for 20 minutes asking her questions and she answers. Okay? So find those It Just videos that you love. And then you're going to practice overcoming objections, what they have in there. You can get those from your sales director. But you want to prep yourself. One of the things that we're doing, my virtual presentation is tight. I'm telling them. And then I went to go do one in person. I hadn't done one so long because I love the virtual one. And I was like, I got to get my stuff together. So I'm going to give you a couple things you may want to put together. We're putting our package together so you're prepared. Because you're going to do some in person and virtual. Get you the latest Applause magazine. Get a lookbook to have in there. This is just my folder that you're going to keep because it's March Madness and you know you're going to be sharing. Understand the compensation plan. They have a 2-page report. You only need the one. It says compensation plan, and it shows what you get paid. Not that you're going to share all this with someone, but if they ask you a question, can you just rattle it off like that? So you'll have it at your fingertips. Maybe the picture on InTouch of the car program. You'll want to have that. If they ask about that, you mention that. And then, of course, the picture of the starter kit. So pull those just so you have a few things that you're going to share with everybody so that you have it to show. Okay? So you're going to get your training done, you're going to get your team building materials ready, and you called, you're answering, and your sales director is your super bad all day long resource. Okay? And so she has tools and scripts probably for you that you will want to follow. So check with her. You're going to check on InTouch because she has the heart of this business for you. She has walked the path, and she has real life experiences from all those sharing appointments. So those techniques to answer yeses and nos, I want you to partner with her, all right? So if you are not quite ready to do your sharing appointments, you can ask her, like as you're booking these, hey, can you go with me? You're gonna make her fall out her chair. If you call her, say, I have 10 sharing appointments booked, can you come do the first 2 and then watch me do 2 and then I'm gonna do the other ones on my own? She's gonna look at you like, what happened in there? And I think many of you do, because not a lot of you raised your hand. So practice, listen to her, have her watch you, and then you go the rest of the way, because you're gonna practice, and you're gonna increase your confidence. And what's important now, why I want you to do in-person or virtual, and don't just send it. This is what you're not gonna do. Text the It Just Fits video and say, hey, you wanna join my team? Right now, it's so important to connect. You need to connect. You're gonna look at her. You're gonna look in her eyes. Have you seen most people aren't even looking at you now? They're walking down the street, looking down at their phone. And when you give her an opportunity, when you just look and listen to her, you're giving her something she can't get anywhere right now. So you're gonna connect and you're gonna learn. It's gonna sound a little like this. You want me to give you kind of an outline? We have some on there. And this, I think that will be helpful, because you're booking these right away. What if your sales director is not there and ready, right? Because you might have your first one on Monday. So you called, you asked them, you told me you were going to do 10 of them. And so, you sit down with her and you're just going to say, you know what, thank you so much for agreeing to allow me to share. So what we're going to do, we're going to keep this brief, is I'm going to ask you a few questions. I'm going to share why I love Mary Kay. Y'all might be wanting to hear me record. Why I love Mary Kay. And then I'm going to ask you a few questions. I'm going to play a quick little video, and then I'm going to share about our business. And at the end, I just want you to think of a really good, like just at least one really good question you can ask me that will help with my training. Is that cool? And they'll say yes, okay? So let's just start with you. So tell me a little bit about yourself. That's the first question. So let's start with you. Tell me a little bit about yourself. And while she's saying that, you might be shaking, but you're not going to look and go get coffee, whatever. You're going to look her in the eyes and let her tell you about, you're going to know her story within minutes. And then you're going to say, let's say her name is Kathy. You're going to look at her, you're going to say, Kathy, tell me, what brings you joy? And sometimes that question will break your heart, because many times they don't have an answer for it. And so we want to bring that back. Mary Kay can bring that joy back. And so then from there, she's talking, you're going to share your brief story. And then you can play the video. Maybe your director has a video. Maybe your national has a video. Or maybe you play one of those It Just Fits videos. And then you're going to just share about how you work your business, maybe some facts and figures. Typically, I share about that. I'll have some pictures. I do have a video, because we really want to get across the sisterhood. So make sure you have some pictures on your phone. If you don't have any pictures with you, your UTA members, but they need to see that. Because the question I'm going to have you ask them at the end, I'm going to tell you how they answer that. But you have got to show them the sisterhood right now. That is what they crave. I heard that women right now want one of three things: a side hustle to make some extra income, they want more freedom and flexibility, or they want a tribe. And in Mary Kay, we call it our sisterhood. And I actually tell them, you know what, when I go in here, I'm going to tell you, they say women want one of three things, and I actually tell them what they say women want. And do you know, I can tell the pulse of what people want by how they answer that question. And right now, most of them are saying the sisterhood. So if they're saying, most people are saying it's the sisterhood, how are you going to show them the sisterhood if you're just sitting across from her in Starbucks? Bring that sisterhood there with pictures or video of you and your peeps, okay? So you're going to have that. And so after you go through all that, she shared, you shared, showed a quick video, sharing a few facts and figures. You're not reading everything from Learn MK on team building. Do not overwhelm her. And this is the question that I like to use. After you finish that, before you ask her for her one question, I will say, and it's almost as if it's an afterthought. I'll say, okay, so tell me, what impresses you the most about what we're offering women today? What impresses you the most about what we're offering women today? And most of the time right now, They are telling me the sisterhood. And that's kind of how you see it. So she shared, and then it's like, all right, so what's your one question? You already told her before she had to come up with a question, whether she's interested or not. What's your one question? Now, this is where, sometimes you get, because you're like, oh my goodness, what if she asks me something that I don't know the answer to, and that's okay. That's a great question. I'll have to find that out. I'm going to reach out to my sales director. I'm going to call Mary Kay. That's a great question. But you want to, that's where your objections are going to come in handy. And I want to share with you what I used to do. I used to have, this is back in the day of flashcards. You know, you can buy some index cards. And everybody's shaking up here. I remember that. And so every objection, I had a flashcard. Now this was before Zoom and all that, so I was doing them on the phone. I was like, I'm going to get good at this. My director cannot do all of them. And so I just wanted to be ready. Because I remember a National Glory Mayfield Bank, she already said, an objection is coming, you just got to be ready. And it's really the same one. So if she said, not the sales type, I don't have enough time, I had an objection for everyone. I remember to this day, that dining room table, I remember, I'm telling you, I was here. And whatever she said, I was like, I was ready. And I'll hurry up and flip that one over. There's only a few objections, so if you can't find them on InTouch, get with your sales rep and have those ready. And you're going to study those daggone things because an objection is coming. And so you're going to answer her questions. You're going to handle objections. Usually it's the third or fourth one. And then you're just going to look at her. Unless she says, and this is not going to happen, I hated everything you say. I do not want to do Mary Kay. I'm out. What can you do? You're like, okay, let her leave. But they never say that. And you can say, you know what, I would love to work with you. Is there any reason why we couldn't get you started today? It's only 20, right? It's only 20 now. But if she says yes, you're going to send the link. You're going to send the link. When she sends the link, this is how I train my consultant. This is what you do. You don't send the link and walk out. You send the link. Now, if she's right there or if she's on Zoom, you send the link. Open it up. Did you get the link? Okay, scroll up. Do you see my name? Okay, type in your phone number. All right, they're getting ready to text you a verification code. Wait. Don't you send the link and say, let me know when it's done with that. She's going to get busy and start answering them friend requests. You sit right there. If she's on the phone, okay, I'm going to text it to you. Pull it up. Do you see it? Scroll up. Do you see my name? Enter your phone number. They're going to send you a verification code. I'm going to stay on there. I'm going to make sure you get through everything. You have got to stay the course on that and let it get done right then. Right then. All right? And so if she says yes, you're going to send her the link. If she says no, it's... Who's my old school people been here forever? Well, if she says no, what you going to say?
Wrinkles to you.
Who do you know? Who do you know? You know what? I understand if it's not right for you right now, but I'm working so hard on this leadership goal. Girl, I know you don't know what a red jacket is, but it's going to be fabulous. I'm going to invite you to my red jacket debut. So who do you know that might want some sisterhood, a side hustle? You ask her, who? Since you know, who do you know that might want some of this? And get a referral. If she says, I got to think about it, I got to pray about it, talk to my husband, that's when you give her the pink pillow test. Speak on the pink pillow test. I respect that. You think you can talk to your husband tonight? Okay, if he says yes, will you be ready to get started? That's how you really find out if it's the husband. If he says yes, will you be ready to get started? I'm going to send you the link. You're going to do the pink pillow test, and then you're going to call and follow up with them the next day. Okay, so understand the compensation plan. Get your product knowledge together. Let's be clear. You must be wearing Mary Kay from head to toe, all of it. Like last time I was coming here, I was like, I could do I caught a repair set, grown and sexy. All right, I got to do my grown and sexy. I did my Revealing Radiance facial peel, my charcoal mask. Like, are you using all of these products from head to toe because you want to transfer that over to your consultants? Your new team members, maybe you go facial them. Because some of them will only use the products that came out of their ProStar kit. Recommend those supplements. Are you using it? All right, so you're going to be practicing, and your confidence is going to grow. You want to grow your confidence in these appointments and in sharing and selecting because you recruit at your confidence level and below. So write this down on your paper. What is your confidence level right now in sharing this opportunity on a scale of 1 to 10? Because if it's a 3, you will only talk to people that you perceive to be 1s and 2s. So we got to raise that. And you can raise it through the practice and knowing what to share, right? But you want to get that confidence. You want to get it to an 8, a 9, or a 10. If you get take that confidence level to a number 10, baby, please, you're going to be sharing, you're going to be sitting like, Mary Kay is a buffet. Like, do you want some of this or not? Like you said. When you get to that level 10. So now you're going to be adding some new team members. So I want to share a couple key things before I go on what you can do to encourage them. Because immediately after she signs up, I'll wait, right? I would love to invite you to come to our Monday Night Live with our sales director so you can come and get pinned. You want to get her connected right away to yourself and your director. If she's not able to attend, maybe you'll go over some things and practice your leadership skills because you're at your weekly success meeting. Be transparent. Let her know that you are there for her. You may not have all the answers, but she has you, the other unit members, and the sales director to help her. You will be her biggest cheerleader. Let her know if she needs assistance setting up a website or ProPay. You're going to encourage her to take full advantage of all those great start models. Invite them to your facials and parties so she can assist. She will learn so much. And you're going to encourage her to go to seminar with you in Charlotte, okay? But this is the biggest one. You're going to find out from your sales director how you can assist her with your new team members. Like with mine, they have a recruiter checklist, and I tell them, just let them know that your next step is your orientation with Nicole in the next 24 to 48 hours. So what's your availability? And they let me know. So this is the last thing that I want you to do when you walk out, is you're gonna walk out of here and ask your director after it's over, you're gonna walk up to her and you're gonna say, I'm planning on adding 3 new team members this month. When I do, what is your most important next step that you would like me to share with her? She gonna look at you like this at first. Then she gonna give you a hug. And then she gonna say, who was your teacher? You're gonna say, Nicole Childress. But you've got to develop an excellent communication with your director, between your director and your team member. That's the best way to team up. So how you treat your director now will be how your team members treat you as you're moving up the career path. So an important thing is, if you have disappointments as you're going through this, you're all excited, you're gonna get those no's or whatever, you're gonna reach up to your sales director, not sideways. It's reaching out to sideways. The next thing you know, you're looking at her, woe is me, woe is you. And when you get to that new city, it will not be a new title. So I want you to be able to go to that new city in a new title. Are you going to go in the red room? Are you going to go in the pink room? And just imagine for a second, close your eyes right now. Just imagine you going to Charlotte right now. And you go in. You're there with your team of 3, 5, 7, whenever you wrote down. I see some of y'all eyes open. Close your eyes. You're walking down that hallway, just like you saw it here, in your red jacket. And maybe you're walking in your pink suit, but your team members see you. They see you walking to the red jacket class, or they see you walking to the director class for the first time. Maybe they see you in that pink suit with that pink flower that the new red jackets. And you are up here just like I am, and your team of 3, 5, 7 are sitting right there, and they see you debut in Charlotte on the seminar stage as a brand new, independent Mary Kay sales director. New city, new title. So aren't you so grateful for your yes that you already have? We have been given a gift with this business, and we have got to pass it on. That is the only thing that Mary Kay asked us to do. And so we're not just selling $20 e-starts. We are sharing an opportunity that will change lives, the directions of families, and maybe even the creation of a legacy. So it is up to each one of us to keep sharing Mary Kay's dream, and I will see you in that next room. Will it be red or will it be pink? And if you do the activity and work on yourself along the way in your mindset, you will walk in that room a completely different woman. New city, new title. You, each and every one of you are a miracle. I see it, and it begins now because it's March Madness!